एनिवर्सरी पर एक पत्रकार का माफीनामा सुनिए।
Dear Miss Riya Chakraborty, I'm sorry.
रिया चक्रवर्ती बोलती है ड्रग दो ड्रग दो ड्रग दो ड्रग दो ड्रग दो।
I hope it helps is what she says.
मुझे ड्रग दो।
People, a section, wanted a closure in Sushant Singh Rajput's case, and they were happy that media fed them what they wanted to eat.
रिया चक्रवर्ती अब भी झूठ बोल रही हैं।
मुझे ड्रग्स दो।
You know, thank you so much is being said by Riya.
वो कहती है मुझे ड्रग दो, मेरे लिए गांजा लाओ, चरस लाओ, MDMA लाओ, एक्सक्यूसी लाओ।
रिया चक्रवर्ती की पूरी पोल खोल देगा।
But people called her names. People called her Diane. People called her Bangalan, Bengali लड़की, हवस में कर ली सुशांत सिंह राजपूत को. People said काला जादू.
अरे वहाँ पे प्रमाण है उसके पास। अरे ड्रगी कौन है? रिया चक्रवर्ती ड्रगी है।
Let's look at chat number 5.
हम ये चाहते हैं कि उन्हें ये जमानत ना मिले।
ड्रगी है ड्रगी।
People called us vultures. I was part of it. I'm sorry for that.
अरे चुप।
I personally think that no woman should ever give Agni Pariksha. We should believe in the law of the land.
ये माफी सुशांत से नहीं है, ये माफी दर्शकों से भी नहीं है। 3 साल बाद ये माफी उस लड़की से है जिसकी डिग्निटी, जिसके परिवार का आत्मसम्मान, जिसकी आत्मा को छलनी गोदी मीडिया की घिनौनी रिपोर्टिंग ने किया था। ये वीडियो देखिएगा, पूरा देखिएगा, क्योंकि ये बात खुद अपने मुंह से कबूलने के लिए बहुत हिम्मत चाहिए। एक तरफ वो लोग हैं जो उस वक्त ये कर रहे थे, तो आज ये कर रहे हैं।
इसीलिए मैं कह रही हूँ सावधान रहिए, क्योंकि अगर आप सावधान नहीं हुए तो फिर कुछ ऐसे ही हालात हो सकते हैं। यहाँ पर जो पेड़ है वो उखड़ रहे हैं, यहाँ जो 3 चीजें हैं वो अव्यवस्थित है, लेकिन इसके लिए तैयारियां कैसी हैं? इंडिया
मतलब सुधरे नहीं, बल्कि बद से बदतर ही होते जा रहे हैं। वही कोई है जो चुप भी रह सकता था, जो बिना माफी मांगे आगे बढ़ सकता था।
It's still subject to investigation. But had she committed a crime, had she murdered Sushant Singh Rajput, do you think CBI would have waited all this long for 3 years?
जिसने हाल ही में ओडिशा बालासोर ट्रेन हादसे की जबरदस्त संवेदनशील रिपोर्टिंग की है, जिसकी चारों ओर चर्चा भी है।
More than 900 people are injured, several are battling for their lives. Thus, questions will be raised.
बस उस शख्स का कसूर सिर्फ इतना था कि वो गोदी मीडिया का ही फील्ड पर काम करने वाला एक रिपोर्टर था।
When those mics were hurting you, hitting you, intruded into your space, outraged you, and as you walked in, I can tell you with all conviction, there were reporters, minus reporters who belonged to that one particular channel, stood at one corner in silence with their heads lowered. That included me. We were ashamed, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
नाम है तमाल शाह, जिन्होंने हाल ही में टाइम्स नाउ से नौकरी छोड़ NTT नाम का अपना खुद का YouTube चैनल शुरू किया है।
Till date, we do not know in the past 3 years what really happened. Was it a suicide or a murder or it's a mysterious death?
लेकिन उस दौरान की वो रिपोर्टिंग जिसके लिए हो सकता है उन्हें न्यूज रूम में खूब वाहवाही भी मिली हो।
And I wish I hadn't done what I did.
3 साल बाद अंदर तक कचोट रही है। गलतियां सबसे होती हैं, कभी कभार गलत और सही में फर्क करना मुश्किल भी हो जाता है। कभी कभी मैं सिर्फ अपना काम कर रहा हूं का कवच आपको गलत का एहसास नहीं कराता, लेकिन अगर समय के साथ एहसास हो और उस बोझ के साथ आगे बढ़ना मुश्किल हो जाए, जब तक कि उसका प्रायश्चित ना कर लो, यही एक अच्छे इंसान के लक्षण होते हैं। तो तमाल शाह ने भी यही किया। मैं चाहती हूं आप इस वीडियो को इतना शेयर करें कि उनका ये माफीनामा रिया चक्रवर्ती तक जरूर पहुंचे।
For the past 3 years, I've been meaning to do this. For the past 2 years, on this very day, I bowed my head before an overwhelming guilt. I will keep it short and simple. Dear Miss Riya Chakraborty, I'm sorry. I'm sincerely apologetic to you, and I wish I hadn't done what I did. Yes, you heard it right. The same Riya Chakraborty, one who was arrested by NCB, mind it, NCB, the Narcotics Bureau, and not CBI, post the unfortunate demise of Sushant Singh Rajput. There is no denying that Sushant Singh Rajput was a talented actor that India lost. Most importantly, India had formed a connect with him as a validation of aspiration. He almost reflected the idea that if Sushant Singh Rajput can do, anybody from middle class family not belonging to Bollywood's so-called nepotism coterie can do it. Even without being part of the 4 major cities or metros, can still make it big in life. That was Sushant Singh Rajput. That's the emotion he evoked in larger India. Now coming back to Rhea Chakraborty. When Sushant Singh Rajput died back in 2020, the case was handed over to CBI and the matter is far from closure. Till date, we do not know in the past 3 years what really happened. Was it a suicide or a murder or it's a mysterious death? But back in 2020, you all wanted a closure. At least people, a section, wanted a closure in Sushant Singh Rajput's case. And they were happy that media fed them what they wanted to eat. And that's the reason. If Sushant Singh Rajput was a hero, they were looking for a villain. And who better than Rhea Chakraborty? Rhea Chakraborty became the face of a villain that those people were looking for. I'm sorry, Rhea Chakraborty, that they made you a villain. I'm sorry that we in India, in several parts of the country, the society is still conditioned to believe that give Agni Pariksha. They're expected to give Agni Pariksha. I do not approve that. I personally think that no woman should ever give Agni Pariksha. We should believe in the law of the land. So to vilify someone and expect that person to comply or oblige to Agni Pariksha is wrong, outrightly wrong. What shattered my belief, what shocked me, that simply not her arrest, but people called her names, people called her Diane, people called her Bangalan, Bengali Larki, Havas mein kar li Sushant Singh Rajput ko. People said Kala Jadoo. First thing first, my mother is a Bengali and she never resorted to Kala Jadoo to bring me up till here, to raise me well. I know of people and all are women characters in a Bengali family and they have never resorted to Kala Jadoo. They never needed to and they don't. It's very easy to call a woman Diane, but will you call the same thing to your mother? The answer is a no. Because rules are separate for mothers and rules can be separate for girlfriends. Rules can be separate for wives. But one rule that you have always thought is common, that women can give Agni Pariksha. So Rhea Chakraborty might as well give Agni Pariksha to prove that she is innocent. She wasn't innocent till proven guilty. You made her guilty and wanted her to prove her innocence. And thus, I'm sorry Rhea, you had to go through this. That day when you came down to NCB's office, Rhea, I clearly remember there were 20, 30 media people, could be more than that, and they all tried pouncing on you. Did I do that? Well, let it be unanswered. Maybe I was watching it from a distance. Maybe I was too ashamed to do that. When those mics were hurting you, hitting you, intruded into your space, outraged you, and as you walked in, I can tell you with all conviction, there were reporters, minus reporters who belonged to that one particular channel, stood at one corner in silence with their heads lowered. That included me. We were ashamed, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. The day you were arrested, many people celebrated your arrest. But what they couldn't celebrate was the fact that you looked into the eyes of the camera. You looked into the eyes of those reporters. And you looked into the eyes of that India which wanted to celebrate your arrest. You denied them that celebration. I'm sorry, Rhea, I hounded you. Your car. I clearly remember right ahead of Sea-Link, I was the man who banged on your car. I knew he won't speak. There was nothing that you can tell us. But I still did that. It's wrong on my part to criticize any organization I've been previously part of. That's unfair and I won't. What I did was equally my responsibility and thus I apologize. I apologize because I'm responsible towards my own conscience and that had been killing me inside that I did that. Much before bulldozers became famous, we had adopted the character of a bulldozer. We had bulldozed into people's house. We are bulldozed into people's privacy. We are bulldozed into private space. We have bulldozed people's honor. That day, when I was standing outside your house, that particular media channel, their reporters had gone inside your building compound, and as competition is, everyone else followed. I did too. But I was shocked to see that lady belonging to one particular channel screaming, shouting, "Gunegaro aap kyun chipe ho? Gunegaro, niche aao, sawalon ka jawab do." I was amazed. What is she doing? It was a woman who did that to another woman. I'm not saying a woman card can draw more sympathy, and I'm not giving any benefit that Rhea Chakraborty didn't commit a crime, because it's still subject to investigation. But had she committed a crime, had she murdered Sushant Singh Rajput, do you think CBI would have waited all this long for 3 years? Are you questioning the competence of CBI? The probe is on, but they haven't arrested Rhea Chakraborty. Going back to that morning, as we all were inside, Rhea Chakraborty's father was coming down. He had to go to a bank, and the lady had literally shoved a mic into his face and said, "Gunegar ki pita ho aap, kya kahoge?" I'd seen tears in the eyes of your father, Rhea, and that had hurt me. And I only thought, if I personally had done something wrong, and if this same treatment was meted to my father, how would have I reacted? Even if Rhea Chakraborty had done something wrong, it is wrong on India's part or society's part to think that if Rhea has done something wrong, the wrong has been done at the behest of her family. Because she is a woman, her father is equally responsible. Because she is a woman and a Bengali woman, her mother is equally responsible. And do you have any idea what happened after that? You tried stereotyping a community. The way you stereotype people from Punjab, the way you stereotype people from South, the way you stereotype people from Northeast, the way you stereotype Bengalis from East. You don't need CBI. You don't need court. You don't need any authority to tell you what is right or wrong. All that you need is a reason to express hatred. Rhea Chakraborty, I'm sorry that you have to go through all of this. If you are wrong, the law of the land would decide it. I'm no one to judge you. The fact that people judged you because of us, or the fact that people judged you because we wanted them to judge you the way we wanted, I am sorry. I've been meaning to do this for the past 3 years. The guilt had been overwhelming. And I'm doing this because I have my freedom now. Again I say, I'm not hinting or insinuating that somebody was wrong editorially. I do not have the right. I cannot question my stint with another organization. But if I have my freedom, I'll exercise it. And it is my freedom that I use today to apologize to you, Rhea. You have all the rights. Rights to privacy, right to honor, right to dignity. The day you first went to NCB office, and after that sight of horror, people called us vultures. I was part of it. I'm sorry for that. But I don't wish to be a vulture anymore. I want to be a bird that flies with its freedom. Do accept my apology if you can.